Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for September the 8th, 2021. Now, this is the aftermath of All Out. And man, oh man, this is a great show. Great show, man. Fun show. I enjoyed everything on this show, man. I really did. The Elite and Kenny Omega and the Elite and Adam Cole with Bryan Danielson, the interaction with Omega and Bryan Danielson was really good, man. I got to get used to calling him Bryan Danielson. I'm so used to calling him Daniel Bryan. I got to call him by Bryan Danielson. But yeah, I thought that was really good, man. Potentially a Omega versus Bryan match. So yeah, man, I can't wait for that, man. I cannot wait. And Adam Cole, he announced tonight that next week he has a match, his in-ring Dynamite debut, and it's gonna be against Frankie Kazarian. And so yeah, man, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed every second of it. The Elite and the MJF stuff was really cool too. MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. I thought that was really funny. And yeah, man, I just enjoyed the segments on this show. The segments and the matches are really good. That trios match with the Pinnacle and the Dark Order was really good. I love the story in that match, and how everything was playing out, and the ending of the match and all that stuff. Dude, this was good. And of course, that main event with Jon Moxley and Minoru Suzuki was really good, bro. But yeah, man, and before Dynamite even started, man, I was looking forward to the show. And I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to watch it because I was just waiting for what's next. And oh yeah, another thing, CM Punk and his interaction with Team Taz was really good too. So yeah, that's why I was ready to watch Dynamite. I was excited for Dynamite because I was excited to see what was next for these guys, for what Punk, Cole, Bryan, and all these other people that debut, Ruby Soho. And so yeah, man. So tonight actually turned out to be a really fun show. And so yeah, man. And that was it with Dynamite, man. That's all that happened on Dynamite. And yeah, man. And if you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is out. Because I'm here. I'm here. I'm here every single week, man. I'm here on Tuesdays. I guess we'll see on Tuesdays, but I'm here on Tuesdays for NXT. Wednesdays, of course, for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, or AEW pay-per-views. And so, yeah, man. So for tonight's show, we're live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so our first match of the night, we had Malakai Black versus Dustin Rhodes. So yeah, man. So both of these guys, they went right after each other. And we had a roundhouse kick to Dustin. And we had a German suplex to Black. And then Black, he had suplex. He gave Dustin a back suplex and on a timekeeper's table. He put him through the timekeeper's table with that back suplex, so the table is broken. And so crowd started chanting for Malakai Black. And so at one point we had Malakai Black. He exposed the turnbuckle. So the turnbuckle is turnbuckleless. That's even a word, man. And so Black, he had locked in a heel hook submission move to Dustin, and then Dustin grabbed the rope. And so Black, he went right after Dustin's leg. And so, Black, he was toying around with Dustin Rhodes. And so Black, he started yelling, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?" And so I thought that was funny, man. Are you not entertained? And so of course he was toying around with Dustin. And so Dustin started fighting back. He had a snap power slam to Black. I love the snap power slam. And so Dustin, he tried to go for the Canadian Destroyer, but Dustin, his leg had gave out on him because Malakai Black was going after the leg. And so Black went right after the leg. And so we had Black, he hit the V-trigger knee to Dustin, and Dustin kicks out. And so Black, he went under the ring. He went outside the ring and he searched for something under the ring. And so he grabbed Cody Rhodes' boot, one of his boots. What would Cody Rhodes' boots be doing under the ring? I don't know. But it was under the ring. One of the boots was under the ring, and so Black brought it into the ring, and he threw it. He threw it to Dustin Rhodes, so Dustin Rhodes can use it to get himself disqualified. So he wanted Dustin Rhodes to hit him with the boot, and so Dustin, he put the boot to the side, and so Dustin, he hit a Canadian Destroyer to Black, and he kicks out. And so we had a "You Still Got It" chant for Dustin Rhodes. And so Black, mentioned earlier that the turnbuckle was exposed earlier. We had Black, he had tripped up Dustin Rhodes into the exposed turnbuckle. And so to end the match, we had Black, he hit the Black Mass. It was a botched Black Mass. So yeah, he didn't get all the Black Mass, but he hit the Black Mass. I don't know what he's calling it. I don't know what Black calling his move, but they on commentary, they're calling it the spinning kick. But it's the Black Mass. I don't know if Black have a name for it, but what we know is the Black Mass. So he had a botched Black Mass on Dustin Rhodes to win the match. So Malakai Black wins the match, and that was it, man. Really good match, man. And yeah, the ending, the botched Black Mass was the only part that wasn't good about it, but it was good. And Black, man, he continuing to win. I love to see Black win. He should always win. And then another thing, man, I like the fact that he's going through the Nightmare family, man. That he's beating everybody. He's beating Cody. He's beating Lee Johnson. He took out Arn Anderson. He took out Brock Anderson. And yeah, man, he took out Dustin Rhodes. So, and we did hear it later on tonight that Black will be fighting Cody Rhodes at that Arthur Ashe Stadium show. So yeah, so hopefully Cody Rhodes does not win. So Cody Rhodes, he will be back, and hopefully he does not win, because Black, he cannot afford to lose. He can't. So so that was it with that, man. That was it with the match and everything. And so right after that, man, we had CM Punk. He came out to the ring. He spoke, and the crowd had sung along to his theme music. So I love that. And so Punk, he had a microphone in his hand, and he thanked Darby Allin and Sting. And so Punk, he had said that at first he thought he couldn't hang with Darby. He had thoughts in his head saying that, if he could hang with Darby Allin and all that stuff. And so the crowd started chanting, "You Still Got It" chant for Punk. And so Punk, he had mentioned Suzuki and Jon Moxley. So he went over the match card and everything, and everybody that made their jump to AEW, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. And he talked about Minoru Suzuki and Jon Moxley, the main event. And so Punk, he had saw Brian Pillman's aunt Linda. And so he had said that Aunt Linda is an angel. And so yeah, man. So yeah, I actually did watch that Dark Side of the Ring. Like the first time I watched it, I think I watched it last week when my power was out, man. When my power was out, that's what I was watching. I was watching The Dark Side of the Ring, and I saw that episode of the Brian Pillman, Dark Side of the Ring. And man, that was some crazy stuff, man. Some crazy stuff. But Aunt Linda, man, she is a saint, man. She is a saint. And so yeah, he said that Aunt Linda is an angel. And so yeah, as I mentioned earlier, he mentioned all the surprises that we saw at All Out with Adam Cole, Ruby Soho, Bryan Danielson. And so Punk, he had asked the crowd, like, hey, what's next? What's next for me? What do you guys want to see? And so that's the same question I was asking, like, what's next for Punk? And so the crowd started chatting for Moxley and all that stuff. And so, yeah, since Moxley, because it was his hometown, and you heard other names too in the crowd that was chanted that Punk had pointed out. And so we had Taz, he was on commentary. He took Excalibur's place on commentary because Excalibur, he getting married, so he had to take time off, to get ready for his wedding. And so yeah, so Taz from commentary, he interrupted CM Punk while he was talking. And so the crowd had booed Taz. They booed Taz. And so Punk, he was upset about it, and he told Taz not to interrupt him ever again. And so Taz, he had called out Punk for, you know, mentioning Team Taz members and all that stuff. And so Punk, he was like, when did I ever mention Team Taz members? And then Taz, he was like, yes, you have. You mentioned Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs on these interviews and in a post media scrum. You mentioned Will Hobbs. So and then Punk, he was like I just asked the crowd. I just asked the crowd like who do you want me to fight? And I heard nothing about no Team Taz. And so yeah. And but since you mentioned Team Taz members, give me Ricky Starks, give me Ricky Starks, give me Will Hobbs, give me Hook. And so yeah, man. And so Punk, he had pulled off a Taz line. Taz's catchphrase, survive, beat me if you can, and survive if I let you. And so he told Team Taz, he was like, beat me if you can, and survive if I let you. And so right after that, he dropped the mic, and that was it, man. That was it. And so yeah, that was it. Drop mic. He dropped the mic on that one too, man. And so yeah, so that was it with that. Really good stuff. So we might be seeing CM Punk mix it up with Team Taz. Which member of Team Taz is gonna go through first? I don't know. We literally did the same thing with Sting, and Sting going through Team Taz members, and we did the same thing with Christian Cage, him going through Team Taz members. So I don't know what good is that gonna do for Team Taz, but you're in the ring with CM Punk. You're in the ring with CM Punk, so you're still the winner. You're still the winner after that. Darby took a loss to CM Punk, and he came out better after that. And yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be good for Team Taz or not. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, but Team Taz, man, they done enough. They done enough losing. They done enough losing. But yeah, man. So yeah, which member of Team Taz should he go up against first? I don't know. Probably, maybe Ricky Starks or probably Will Hobbs. Hook, I don't think Hook is ready yet. I don't think he's ready yet. Or when are they gonna put him in the ring? That's the thing. When they're gonna put him in the ring, because he's never been in the ring. Never been in the ring. He's gotten physical. But he's never been in the ring. But yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a vignette from Santana and Ortiz, and they were talking about the tag team ranks and all that stuff. And so they're going up and through the tag team ranks, so they want those tag team titles. So yeah, man. Yes, FTR, not FTR. Yeah, I would love to see FTR go after those titles too, man. Santana and Ortiz. Now you got the Lucha Bros as the champions, so it could be Santana and Ortiz versus the Lucha Bros once again, reliving that feud from Impact. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Ruby Soho, and so Schiavone, he asked Ruby Soho like, why an open challenge match when you have a championship match to prepare for? And so Ruby Soho, she has said that, I want to prove myself. I want to prove myself, and I want to prove to everybody that I didn't get lucky in that casino battle royale. And so Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter, they interrupted the interview and all that stuff. And so Baker, she said that she will retain her title. And so Soho, she said that she helped Britt Baker break into the business. She helped Britt Baker break into the business. And so Soho, she said that, okay, you want to call yourself all these names to remind the people who you are, or so they don't see everything that you're not. And so, you know, Baker, she had said that, okay, what do you call yourself? You call yourself the Runaway? Why don't you run away? Why don't you run away back to catering where you spent the last 4 years of your life? And so that was cold right there, man. That was cold. The crowd popped for that, man. They popped for that. They were like, oh, that like there was no coming back from that. From that catering line, there was no coming back for that. And so yeah, so Baker, Rebel, and Hayter they left. And so Soho told Schiavone, like, hey, Schiavone, I know that Britt Baker is your girl, but I'm about to beat her ass really soon. And so that was it. And so yeah, so whenever the championship match will be, we have a championship match with Ruby Soho and Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for the AEW Women's Championship. And so right after that, man, we had Powerhouse Will Hobbs with Hook in his corner versus Dante Martin. And so both of these guys, they went right after each other. Dante, he started using his speed and athleticism against Will Hobbs. So that was pretty nice. And so Hobbs, he had caught Dante off of a tope and slung him into the ring post. And so Hobbs, he started throwing Dante into the guardrail over and over and over again. And so Hobbs had took control of the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so we had a diving drop kick to Hobbs. Beautiful, beautiful one too, man. The height that Dante got, man, off of that diving drop kick, man, really impressive, man. And so Dante, he had gave Hobbs a pump kick to knock him outside the ring. And so at that point, we had Hook. He had stood on the ring apron to get in Dante's way because Dante he was going for another top rope move. And so Dante, he had hopped over Hook. He hopped over Hook and gave Hobbs a tope con hero. And so yeah, so Dante again was trying to use his speed against Hobbs, but Hobbs had caught him with a spine buster, man. A beautiful spine buster at that, man. A beautiful spine buster. A spine buster that would make Arn Anderson proud. That was a nice spine buster, man, to win the match. So Will Hobbs won the match, and that was it, man. That was a really good match, man. Great back and forth. And Will Hobbs, man, Will Hobbs is looking good. Dante Martin, of course, is really impressive, man. Will Hobbs, man, him joining Team Taz was the best career move. His confidence, man. I loving his confidence. You know, his character is starting to get out there more. Like he improved a lot. He improved a lot ever since he joined Team Taz. Because when he wasn't in Team Taz, when he was by himself, he wasn't doing anything. He was boring. But when he joined Team Taz, man, that was the best career move for him. Even though Team Taz has been on the end of a losing stick, Will Hobbs, man, the one guy that looked better out of it, man, of joining Team Taz. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. And so right after that, we had Dan Lambert with the Men of the Year. That's Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. They spoke. And so Lambert, he started disrespecting the debuts that we saw at All Out. He disrespected Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan. And he talked about Ruby Soho too. And so, yeah. And so Lambert kept talking and talking and talking. And so the crowd said, shut the F up. And so, yeah, Lambert, he said that he's sick and tired of hearing the AEW chant and all that stuff. And then at one moment, Lambert, he had said that our truth is going to burn AEW to the ground. And so, yeah, like when I heard it on TV, it sounded like he said our truth is going to burn AEW to the ground. Our truth from WWE, the rapper, our truth, wrestler, our truth is going to burn AEW to the ground. Or burn AEW to the ground. So that's what I thought I heard. But he said our truth, like our truth. But yeah, yeah. I was looking through social media to see if anybody else caught that, and I saw it. People have caught it. People caught it, and I was like, yes, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that caught that. So yeah, man. So yeah, so Lambert, he had called anybody out in the AEW locker room to step up to the Men of the Year, and so yeah, that was pretty much it with that, man. And so yeah, so right after that, we had a vignette from Matt Hardy in the Hardy family office, and Orange Cassidy and the best friends, and so they were not split screen, but separate videos. And so, yeah, Hardy, he has said that he's going to shave Orange Cassidy's hair off. He's going to shave his hair. He wants his hair. And so, Orange, he has said that, so I hear Matt Hardy saying that he wants my hair shaven bald. He wants my hair shaven. And so Cassidy was like, whatever. And so yeah, I thought that was funny because that's part of his whole thing. Whatever, weighing in, whatever. He's from whatever. And so yeah, I thought that was funny. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had MJF with Wardlow. So MJF he came out. He was angry about everything that happened at All Out. And so the crowd started chanting, "You tapped out." And so MJF he said that he beat Jericho. He beat Jericho fair and square. You know, the match was already over. The bell rung, my music played, and you had another referee came out and restarted the match when I already won the match. And so MJF he had said that there's a conspiracy against me. You know, because everybody is jealous of me. They jealous of me and they want to beat me. And so yeah, MJF he started talking about Cincinnati, Ohio. He called Cincinnati shit Cincinnati, Ohio. And so yeah he that's heel promo 1-on-1 right there. Talk about the city. And so yeah, so he said that Cincinnati is the one of the biggest dumpster fires in the world. And so he said that everything in Cincinnati is mid. Since it's in the Midwest, everything in Cincinnati is mid, like mid everything. And so yeah, MJF he had dare anybody from the crowd to hop over the barricade and try to fight him. And so yeah, and MJF he you remember the Pillman family? I mentioned earlier the Pillman family. They were at ringside. They were at ringside and they are at ringside and so yeah, MJF he started talking about Aunt Linda and Brian Pillman's sister, Brian Pillman Jr.'s sister. And so yeah, he man, oh my god, man, MJF he does not care, man. He said that he was gonna punch. He said he was gonna punch Aunt Linda teeth down her throat. He said he was gonna punch her teeth down her throat. And so he started talking about Brian Pillman Jr.'s sister and all that stuff, being pregnant at 16 or something like that. He said, and then he ended up calling her ugly and all that. And so yeah, so Brian Pillman Jr. he came out, hometown boy, Brian Pillman Jr. And so Pillman he said that his city breeds badass. Badasses like Brian Pillman, his father, Brian Pillman Sr., and John Moxley. And so yeah, Pillman he says, "Welcome to the jungle." So that's their catchphrase, I guess, their city catchphrase, "Welcome to the jungle." And so MJF he talked about Brian Pillman Jr.'s mom, Melanie. And so yeah, and so yeah, once he talked about his mama, that's the one thing you don't talk about is somebody's mama, man. And so yeah, so Pillman Jr. he ran into the ring. He was upset. He was getting ready to fight MJF. And so Wardlow had stepped in his way. Wardlow stepped in his way, blocked, protected MJF. And so MJF he had told Wardlow like, "Hey, are you gonna help me like you did on Sunday?" So MJF he was being sarcastic. He was being a sarcastic prick when he said that, and everything. And so yeah, so MJF he said that he told Wardlow to stand in the corner and look pretty. So Wardlow he did not like that. He did not like that, but he still stood in the corner and stood pretty. And so yeah, and so MJF he had said that Pillman mom should have aborted him. And so man, that was cold, man. How you get away? How you get away with saying stuff like that on TV, man? And so yeah, so Pillman Jr. he attacked MJF, and so Wardlow he stood in the corner like he was told, and he let Pillman Jr. get some offense in on MJF, and so yeah, then Wardlow he stepped over and pulled Pillman Jr. off of MJF, and then so we had Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman's tag team partner, um, Griff Garrison, his tag team partner. He came out to help Brian Pillman Jr. He tried to, but he got caught with a clothesline, bro. He got caught with a clothesline that absolutely knocked him the hell out, bro. And so MJF he tried to hit Garrison with the dynamite diamond ring and everything, but Pillman Jr. he had stood in the way. He had gotten in the way so that MJF wouldn't hit Garrison with the ring. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man. That was it, man. This is good, man. This is some great stuff, man. The way that he was talking to the Pillman family, man, that was really funny, bro. Like MJF is the best, man. He is the best heel, the best heel. And so yeah, man. So that was it. And yeah, man, I'm a huge fan of the Varsity Blondes, bro. I really am. I want to see more of them. I really do. I want to see more of them. I want to see them go after those tag team titles again. And so yeah, man. And after watching that Dark Side of the Ring episode, I became a bigger fan of the Varsity Blondes, of Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. And so yeah, man. And Griff Garrison, of course, is on the Sammy's vlog. So that's how I became a fan of Griff Garrison. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a match, and it was a women's match, and it was Jamie Hayter with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who is the AEW Women's Champion, and Rebel versus Ruby Soho. And so yeah, so the crowd started singing along to Ruby Soho's music. I loved it, man. And so yeah, so both of these ladies, they were going back and forth. And then Hayter, she had threw Ruby into the bottom rope. And so Hayter, she took control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so Soho, she started fighting back. And then Soho hit a tornado DDT to Hayter, and Hayter kicks out. And so at one point we did have like a botch. We had a botch. Ruby Soho, I think she was trying to go for the Poison Rana. She tried to go for the Poison Rana, but Hayter, she had landed right on her face, or they both fell over. So it was a botch right there. It was a Poison Rana turned into a face buster of some sorts to Hayter. And so Hayter started fighting back. She had a sliding clothesline to Soho. And then, Ruby Riott, she ended up taking back control of the match, and she hit a Riot kick to Hayter to win the match. So we don't know what Ruby Riott calling her move. The commentary team didn't know the name of the finishing move, but in WWE it was called the Riot kick. So I guess we're gonna call it the Riot kick. So until she has a name for it. So yeah, she hit the Riot kick on Hayter to win the match. So Ruby Soho wins the match, and Ruby Soho is 2-0. She's 2-0 now, so she's still undefeated. And so right after the match, man, we had Dr. Britt Baker. She attacked Soho. And so Riho came out to try to save the day, but Jamie Hayter had dropped Riho. And so Chris Statlander, she came out running with a chair. And so she chased off the heels with the chair. And so that was it with that. And so Ruby Soho music played, and so Taz was singing along to Ruby Soho music, so that was really funny. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. So yeah, Ruby Soho once again is going up against Dr. Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. And yeah, we still don't know when it is, but it's gonna happen. And so yeah, man. And I don't know if she's gonna win. I don't know if she's gonna win. I don't think so. Maybe she gets a rematch, or maybe she lose and then she work her way back up to the ranks, and then she'll eventually take the title off of Britt. I don't know, but I don't think she's gonna take the title off of Britt right now, because Britt right now she's doing a great job as champion. So it's not gonna be the smart move. It's not gonna be the smart move to take the title off of her. And she needs more contenders. She needs to go through more contenders. To be able to take the title off of her. Like, she needs more competition. But yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the trios tag team match, and it was the Pinnacle. That's Shawn Spears and FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler with Tully, Blanchard, and Wardlow in their corner, versus the Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and John Silver with number 5, Alan Angels, Colt Cabana, and number 10, Preston Vance. And so the Dark Order, man, going into this match, they had a lot of problems within their faction. And so everybody was wondering, like, hey, are you okay? Are you guys fine right now? And they said that they're fine. And so we had Silver and Spears. They had a back and forth. They were going back and forth. And so we had a Pele kick to Spears from Grayson. And then we had a brain buster to Dax Harwood from Silver. And so Spears and Wheeler, they took out the rest of the Dark Order so that, John Silver couldn't tag out. And so Silver, he started fighting off the Pinnacle on his own. And so we had a German suplex to Dax. So Silver kept hitting series of moves to the Pinnacles. The Pinnacles. The Pinnacles. He kept hitting a series of moves to the Pinnacle. So yeah, so Silver, the numbers had caught up to John Silver. They caught up to John Silver. And so the Pinnacle, they knocked John Silver into Evil Uno. So John Silver, he accidentally knocked into Evil Uno. And so, FTR and Shawn Spears, they took advantage of it. And so Dax, he had hit a slingshot suplex to Silver. So that was executed nicely, man. And so to end the match, we had a C4 to Silver from Spears to win the match. So the Pinnacle wins the match. And so right after the match, we had the Dark Order. We had Evil Uno. Evil Uno, he started blaming John Silver for the loss because he got pinned. And so the Dark Order, they started brawling with each other. They started fighting with each other. You know, Colt Cabana, he tried to break it up. And all these other guys kept fighting. And so, yeah, so it was a shoving match and a lot of punches thrown and everything. And so we had Ty Conti and Anna Jay. They came out to they came out and they were disgusted. They had a disgusted look on their face. So yeah, Ty Conti is not a part of the Dark Order, but she's friends with the Dark Order. But she doesn't like what's going on with the group and everything. And Anna Jay, she is. Anna Jay is a part of the Dark Order. And so yeah, so that was it with that, man. Great trios match, man. Great trios match, dude. And the Pinnacle, man, I love the Pinnacle. I love the Pinnacle, bro. I really do. And so yeah, man. And now that we had the Elite, man. Now that we had the Elite, like who is the top heel brand? I mean, who is the top heel faction? Is it the Pinnacle or is the Elite? I don't know, man. Might have to be the Elite. Might have to be the Elite now that they got Adam Cole. But yeah, man. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know when the trios titles are coming in, but if we have some trios titles, man, I could see FTR and Shawn Spears going after those trios tag team titles. Like there are a lot of teams. There are a lot of teams that I could see go after those trios titles. But FTR and Shawn Spears are probably my top pick to vie after those titles. You could easily put anybody in that situation, man, because they do a lot of trios matches. So why not bring in a trios title? Why not bring in a trios titles? You know, more competition, dude. And then, you know, if anybody don't have nothing to do, you could send them after the trios titles, man. Like you could literally put anybody together and make them a legit team and have them become trios champions. But yeah, man. But as far as with the Dark Order, man, what is next for the Dark Order? Are they gonna split up? Are they gonna split half of the group? Are they gonna trim the fat? Are they gonna take out some members of the Dark Order and keep the rest of the Dark Order members? Or will we have a new leader of the Dark Order? Will Bray Wyatt come in AEW and become the new leader of the Dark Order? Or Wyndham Rotunda, wherever he's gonna go by, is he gonna come in and lead the Dark Order? I don't know, man. If so, if Bray Wyatt comes in AEW and lead the Dark Order, they're gonna have to be heels. They're gonna have to turn into heels. They might have to kick out some people and add some new members to the group, to the Dark Order, and make them a legit, you know, make them dark as they once were when Mr. Brody Lee was the leader, man. Yeah, when Mr. Brody Lee was the leader, man, the Dark Order, they were the best. They were the absolute best. Now, before we had the Exalted one, you know, the Dark Order, they were jokes. They were jokes. But when Mr. Brody Lee came in, dude, I'm telling you right now, he legitimized the Dark Order. He made the Dark Order into a threat. And so that's what I'm saying, man. They need a leader. They need a leader in that group. They don't have no leader. They don't have a leader, man. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Bray Wyatt, he could be a great leader. You know, he could be a great leader in the Dark Order. And so yeah, man. You know, he led the Wyatt family. So why not lead the Dark Order? That's what I'm trying to say, man. Like, man, he is a perfect fit. I don't see anybody else leading that group but Bray Wyatt. So that's what I'm saying, man. Bray Wyatt, man, he needs to come in and lead the Dark Order. He needs to lead them. Because as far as I'm concerned, nobody else is leading the Dark Order. And so, yeah, man, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Tully Blanchard of the Pinnacle. So, yeah, so Tully Blanchard, he started talking about leadership and all that stuff. And he talked about Darby Allin and Sting and all that stuff. So he had a problem with Sting and Darby Allin. And so Blanchard, he wanted Tony Khan to book a match between Shawn Spears and Darby Allin. And then Blanchard, he had called out Sting. You know, he wants a match with Sting later on in the future. So it's gonna be Tully Blanchard versus Sting. I don't know about this one, man. I don't know how. I don't know if Tully can still go as he used to. I don't know. He doesn't wrestle that much. The last time he was in a match was in a 6-man tag. I think it was FTR. Versus when the 4 Horsemen came together. I don't know. Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a 6-man tag match, and I think it was the FTR. It was FTR and Tully Blanchard versus I think the Jurassic Express or something like that. And Tully Blanchard was in there. He was mixing it up with Marco Stunt. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how good it's gonna turn out. But yeah, because Tully Blanchard, he's not an active performer. He's not an active performer like Sting is. So yeah, man. So I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Alex Marvez. He interviews the Varsity Blondes. So that's Griff Garrison and Bryan Pillman Jr. So Pillman Jr. he had a problem with MJF, disrespecting him and his family and all that stuff. And so he challenged MJF to a match at on September the 22nd, which is the Arthur Ashe Stadium show. The Grand Slam, I think that's what it's called, Grand Slam. And so it's gonna be in the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. So yeah, we had the Acclaim. We had Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. They interrupted the Varsity Blondes and they started laughing at the Varsity Blondes for, being hurt because they were in the trainer's room and all that stuff. And so they handed the Varsity Blondes some roses. And so Caster, he has said that, you're worried about MJF, man. You should be worrying about me because you have a match with me at Rampage this Friday. And so yeah, man. So Max Caster is back, man. So it's Caster versus Pillman Jr. on Rampage this Friday. So yeah, man. Max Caster is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. He's back. And I'm not gonna get into it why he was gone, but you guys know why he was gone. But yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews the Elite, man. This is good right here, man. We had Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, and the AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, who are the Impact Tag Team Champions, with Don Callis, the Invisible Hand, Brandon Cutler, and Michael Nakazawa. And so yeah, so Callis, he said that All Out was all about the Elite. It was all about the Elite. And so Callis, he had mentioned the Bucks losing their titles, saying that it was stolen from them. And so they introduced Adam Cole to the ring. They mentioned Adam Cole because he made his debut at All Out. And so Adam Cole came out, and Adam Cole is a new member of the Elite. And so Adam Cole, he came out to his music. I love the music, man. I love it. And so he came out and he did the boom. He did the boom and he did the Adam Cole, baby. And so yeah, crowd pop, man. The crowd pop, dude. They absolutely pop. The reaction, man. I love the reaction. And so the crowd started chanting Adam Cole, Adam Cole. And so Cole, he started speaking for a little bit, and he got in Tony Schiavone's face. He got in Tony Schiavone's face. And so yeah, he had talked to Tony Schiavone. Adam Cole, he did not like Tony Schiavone getting close to Britt Baker and all that stuff. Because Britt Baker is his girl, his fiance. And so Cole, he has said that if you look at her the wrong way, I'm gonna knock those glasses off your stupid face. And so Cole and the Elite, they had kicked Tony Schiavone out of the ring. And so they told him to get out of the ring. Like, get out of here, you nerd. Get out of the ring, you little nerd. And so, yeah, Cole, he started speaking. He talked about his accomplishments and everything that he's ever accomplished. I think he mentioned something about NXT. He didn't say NXT, but he mentioned all his past accomplishments. And so, yeah, Cole, he announced that next week he will be having his debut match on Dynamite. So the crowd had popped for that too, man. And so Omega, he grabbed the mic and he started talking about being interrupted on Sunday and all that stuff. And so when you was talking about being interrupted, he got interrupted by Bryan Danielson. So Bryan Danielson came out to the ring. The music, man, I still don't like the music. I really don't. They need to change the music already. Like, I get the first part of the song. The first part of the music is a remix version of his old theme song in WWE, the Flight of Valkyries. But you added like a beat, a trap beat, or a beat to the song. A beat to a rap song. Like it doesn't fit Daniel Bryan. I mean, it doesn't fit Bryan Danielson. It just doesn't fit him. Like him coming out to rap, man. No. Come on, man. Give us the final countdown already. Give us the final countdown. I think I speak for everybody, man. I speak for everybody when I say we want the final countdown. We want the final countdown. You got Tarzan Boy for Jungle Boy. You paying the rights for the Cult of Personality. You have Where's My Mind? Pixies, Where's My Mind for Orange Cassidy. And you paying all the royalties for all these songs, man. Where is the final countdown, man? I'm waiting for the final countdown. But yeah, I think they're working on it. I think they're working on the royalties or the rights to the music. But yeah, but anyway, Bryan Danielson interrupted, and so Omega he told the Elite to get out of the ring. Let me handle it for myself. And so they got out of the ring, and so Omega, Bryan were in the ring together, and so they started talking. And so Omega he said that I meant to talk to you. I meant to talk to you. I meant to talk to you. And so Bryan he had took the microphone away from Kenny Omega. He took the microphone away from Omega. And so Bryan he had asked the crowd, "Do you want to see me versus Kenny Omega?" And so the crowd started saying, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." And so yeah, man, yes, I would love to see a match between Bryan and Omega. And so yeah, so Bryan he was thinking that Omega was gonna back out of the challenge and all that stuff. And so Bryan he said that you know you're afraid, you're scared to face me, you're scared to face me because I'm better than you, I'm better than you, and I'm better than you, and you're not even on my level. And so Omega he tried to attack Daniel Bryan. I mean, oh my God, I keep saying Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, Bryan Danielson. And so yeah, he tried to attack Bryan Danielson, but Bryan he had locked in the yes lock. I don't know if he calls it the yes lock anymore. Is it the yes lock or the label lock? I don't know, but he locked in the yes lock on Omega. And so we had the rest of the Elite that came in and ganged up on Bryan. And so we had the Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, Frankie Kazarian. They fought off the Elite. And so yeah, man. So that was good stuff, man. Really great stuff. Adam Cole showing up. I really loved it. Daniel Bryan. Oh my gosh. Here I go again. Bryan Danielson showing up, having that face to face with Omega, and potentially having a match with Omega. Yeah, man. Really good stuff, man. And Adam Cole had his first match on Dynamite, announcing his first match on Dynamite. And just having him there, man, having both of these guys there, Bryan and Cole, bro. You got Punk, you have Cole, Bryan, and Punk in the same ring. Not in the same ring, but in the same company. Man, man, oh man, oh man, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, bro. Really good stuff. I just can't wait to see what's next for these guys. I said it time and time again. I can't wait to see what's next. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so yeah, before we get into the main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. So yeah, so next week's show. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, Sammy Guevara, he had his cue cards. So Sammy Guevara, he said that every summer has a story. Summer 2021 has some damn good ones. At All Out, Jericho destroyed Maxwell, Jacob Friedman in Pittsburgh. Fuego became All Elite in Houston. Pam said yes. While summer may be coming to an end, the good times are far from over. The inner circle will stay on top, and Fuego will make his mark. And I'll keep getting those views. And so that was it. At Sammy Guevara, hashtag Spanish Guide, hashtag Vlog Crew. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so for next week's show, for Rampage, we have Darby Allin and Sting. They respond to Tully Blanchard. And so we have on Rampage, we have a trios match with the women. It's going to be Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who is the AEW Women's Champion. Ruby Soho, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho, Riho, and Chris Statlander. And also we have on Rampage, we have Max Caster with Anthony Barnes in his corner versus Brian Pillman Jr. And so Griff Garrison is hurt, so he's not going to be able to be with his tag team partner. And so that's it for Rampage. Oh yeah, Pac versus Andrade El Idolo. And also for next week's Dynamite, we have Adam Cole, baby, making his in-ring debut, his AEW in-ring debut versus Frankie Kazarian, the Elite Killer or the Elite Hunter. And also we have Jade Cargill with Smart Mark Sterling versus Layla Hirsch, legit Layla Hirsch. And also on next week's Dynamite, we have Darby Allin with Sting in his corner versus Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard in his corner. And then also we have at the Grand Slam, the September 22nd show on that Dynamite. It's going to be Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes is making his return back to AEW versus Malakai Black. So I don't know about this one, man. A part of me is thinking that Cody Rhodes is about to win. A part of me thinking Cody Rhodes is going to win. because Black has a win over Cody, and you know how Cody like to put himself over, man. But yeah, it's not gonna be good for Black. It's not gonna be good for Black. I'm telling you. But hopefully he wins. Hopefully Black wins, because Cody does not need to win all the time. He doesn't. Like he could take a loss. He could take a loss and still be better off for it. Like he don't need to. He don't need to win all the time. He don't need to win all the time, dude. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the main event. So we had Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley, hometown boy. And so yeah, we had a holy shit chant from the crowd during Suzuki's entrance. And so yeah, both of these guys, they were going back and forth with forearms. And we had a "This is awesome" chant. And the match just started. We had a "This is awesome" chant. And so we had big boots to each other. Big boots to so Moxley and Suzuki started hitting big boots on each other. And so Suzuki started slapping Moxley over and over and over again. And so we had forearms to Suzuki. And then Suzuki took control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so Suzuki, he went right after Jon Moxley's arm. And so Moxley, he started biting at Suzuki's face. And so Suzuki started biting Moxley back in the face. And so both of these guys, they are trading headbutts. And so we had another "This is awesome" chant. It was, man. And so yeah, so Suzuki, he started giving Moxley some strikes, and it started firing up Jon Moxley. And so at that point, we had Suzuki, his eye was bleeding. Like he was bleeding from his eye. And so Moxley, he hit the paradigm shift. He hit the paradigm shift to Suzuki, and he followed up with a lariat. And Suzuki kicked out at 1, bro. He kicked out at 1. And so we had a series of lariats to Suzuki, and Suzuki was still standing up. And so we had a drop kick to Moxley. And so, yeah, so both of these guys again was going back and forth, and then Moxley had caught Suzuki with a strike that knocked him out. And so to end the match, we had a paradigm shift to Suzuki to win the match. So therefore, Jon Moxley wins the match. And that was it, man. That was it with the match. And that, yeah, great match, man. Great match, hard-hitting match. And Minoru Suzuki from New Japan Pro Wrestling, man. Yes, that Forbidden Door storyline is, I'm telling you, the door is open, man. It is open. The one thing, dude, we just need more Impact stars showing up on Dynamite. That's the thing. We have New Japan talent showing up, and that's just about it. We need Impact stars showing up too. Let Impact get the shine. Let them get the rub. But yeah, man, hard-hitting match. Jon Moxley, once again, continuing to look like a badass dude. And so, yeah, speaking of Moxley, what's next for Jon Moxley? That's the thing. What's next for him? Like, what's next for him, man? Like, is he going to go after the AEW World Championship? Is he going to go back after the World Championship? I don't know. He's going to have to build himself back up. Or he can go after the TNT Championship. Miro. He can go after Miro because, Eddie Kingston, his partner Eddie Kingston went after Miro. And, Jon Moxley could probably go after Miro. I don't know, man. I don't know. A Moxley versus a Miro match would probably be good. Now, if there's one person I could see beating Miro, it's probably Jon Moxley. Probably Jon Moxley, man. But yeah, man. And Moxley is probably just it. He probably it. Moxley, and that's it. I don't think nobody else is beating Miro. And if I had to make it like a wild guess, I'm going with Moxley to beat him. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it with the show, man. Really good show, man. Really good show. Fun show, man. Loved everything about it. And yeah, man, Dynamite, the Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega stuff. Dude, everything turned out great, dude. It really did. And I was looking forward to this Dynamite. And yeah, man, it didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint me, man. Really good show. Really good show. And yeah, man, so this is it. That was it with the AEW Dynamite review on The Ryan Awesome Show. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know my next video is uploaded, because I'm here every single week. Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. I'm here. And yeah, man. And comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about this episode of AEW Dynamite, the aftermath of All Out. And yeah, man, share this video. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. See you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And if you miss anything, the videos are going to be on the home tab on the homepage of the channel. So yeah. And once again, guys, as always, thank you for the support. And yeah, man, and see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. And yeah, man, and this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.